guys, what's up? It's Sunday, and this week we are either talking about how to ask a girl to prom, or we are talking about things you should never talk about on a first date. So I'm going to talk about the dating topic because I never attended my high school prom. I had no friends in high school, I had no social life in high school, and nobody knew who I was to ask me to prom. High school was miserable for me. I can speak for the population of the world that had a miserable high school experience and can now say that life really does get better after high school. And by better, I mean life doesn't really actually start till after high school. So there's hope for all of you promless, dateless people out there like this girl right here. So, first dates. First dates are uncomfortable. First dates can be awkward. First dates are first dates. So there's always those certain topics that they tell you, stay away. These are like the red flag, no-no zone topics that you should never bring up. Obviously, big one is politics. Don't get into a heated debate with your date about politics because this is an immediate turnoff for both them and you if you're ending the date fighting about which president is better, which president is leading our country down the wrong hole, blah, 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 whatever. Stay away from politics. If you're really involved in politics, that's great. You can mention that, but don't get into a debate about what is your opinion of Cold War Russia in the 13th century. Clearly, I know nothing about politics because I couldn't even come up with a good example there. Number 2, I would say do not talk about religion. For me personally, I hate talking about religion in any circumstance, let alone on a first date. If someone's going to bring up religion and start talking about religion in front of me, that is an immediate turn off. I feel uncomfortable inside. Like, my immediate reaction is to want to run from the situation. Don't talk about religion. You don't know how they feel about it. You don't want to start throwing it in their face. God this, no God that, blah, 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 whatever. Stay away from religion. Again, you can mention it if you're very religious. They should probably know that up front about you. But don't get into a deep discussion about religion and the meaning of life and blah, 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 whatever. Third topic I would say do not talk about is money. Don't talk about money in the sense of how much money you make. Not only is that really arrogant, and you might be trying to impress them, but that just looks really douchey. Do not talk about financial problems that you may be having. Like, if you're up to your neck in credit card debt, maybe don't disclose that on the first date because they are going to go running the other direction. Honesty is always great, but there's a point where you have to draw the line between disclosing everything all up front and slowly letting them get to know you. Fourth topic, I would say do not talk about former relationships on the first date. Don't talk about exes. Don't talk about bad dating history. Don't talk about anything to do with your former relationships, including, I'll wrap this in one, don't talk about your past sex life. Don't talk about, people you've had sex with, how many people you've had sex with. It's just inappropriate. It's something you can save for your BFF at home. Go talk about that later. Do not talk about that with your first date. First dates are about keeping things positive, getting to know somebody in a general sense, not, flinging all this crap at them at once and having them go, okay, this is insane. So, no exes, no sex life. And then I'm going to go with a number 5 and say, if you are currently dating around, and seeing multiple people, and this is your first date, don't talk about your other dates. Don't talk about oh, so I went on this date the other day, and it was awful. This person I went on a date with, oh my gosh, they didn't pay, they did this, they were annoying, they were ugly. Don't talk about other dates while you're on your current date. First of all, it just looks like you don't care about what's going on in the moment, or you don't care about that person. It looks tacky, so don't do that. I'm going to throw in a number 6 here. Don't, on the first date, probably talk about any past, don't talk about, childhood traumas or past, really awful things that have happened to you. We've all had bad things happen to us. Don't let that one out on the first date. Your first date is not your therapist. Your first date is not your shrink. They don't need to be bombarded with this sad sob story and have to be made to feel like they need to show sympathy for this person they don't even know yet, or feel uncomfortable, or anything like that. So save those stories for when you guys are closer, perhaps later on in your relationship, you can disclose those things, but try and keep your first date as positive as possible. Let them get to know you. Of course, don't lie about who you are, but be very careful about how much information you're forcing on this person. I mean, first dates are kind of like a job interview, but with a little more social aspect to them. Be professional, but be yourself. It's kind of the advice you'd give to someone on a job interview. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been on a real first date, so good luck, all you guys out there. Hope you're having a fantastic week, and I love you, and I'll see you next Sunday. Bye.